conditions at her apartment in Bethel Midtown Village, a project-based Editors note this story is part 3 of a 3-part series on the housing crisis in Athens. The series explores who is impacted, how the crisis happened, and what the community and local government have done to mitigate the impact. Part 1 can be found here. Part 2 can be found here. Lakita Banks is desperate to move her children into a better home. She says as much in TikTok videos she posts to spread awareness about poor living conditions at her apartment in Bethel Midtown Village, a project-based Section 8 neighborhood off College Avenue. I keep trying to be positive, even though there is nothing to be positive about at this point because things has gotten so bad, Banks said in one of her videos. Banks is awaiting the development of new buildings in the neighborhood, as promised by the Athens Housing Authority's North Downtown Redevelopment Project. As Athens wrestles with an affordable housing crisis, the Housing Authority and local government are attempting to renovate and expand the number of affordable units. Other organizations, like Athens Area Homeless Shelter, are working with landlords to house residents in the dwindling number of existing affordable units. Both are limited by the scope of their power, resources, and most significantly, time. While their plans take shape, many families like Banks are left in unhealthy conditions or scrambling for shelter. Stunted redevelopment. AHA Executive Director Rick Parker touts the North Downtown Athens redevelopment project as revolutionary. It will literally transform all of North Downtown Athens. It will allow for the unlocking of the potential of some government-owned property for commercial office and retail space, Parker said. AHA plans for the project to take place over the course of 10 years. It will include 700 to 800 mixed-income units, 1/3 subsidized through housing choice vouchers, 1/3 subsidized through low-income housing tax credits, and 1/3 priced at market rate, or comparable to the rent prices of other similar units. In order to achieve this, the organization will need to demolish the existing buildings. Some residents were temporarily relocated to other neighbors like Legacy Mills, Arbor Terrace, and Columbia Brookside. Others, like Banks, were relocated to adjacent buildings in Bethel Midtown Village. 6 of 16 buildings have been destroyed, but rebuilding has not yet started. Banks said she has not seen construction in months on the empty lot where her old building once stood. In the building she was relocated to last November, Banks said her walls had become discolored from mold. She said she complained about the conditions in her apartment to property management, who she said painted over the mold. They painted over it all, Banks said. Tokwaya Dillard, a property manager at Bethel Midtown Village, said she was not at liberty to answer questions from the red and black. Columbia Residential, the property management company that oversees Bethel Midtown Village, said her company has responded promptly to all requests from the tenant and the unit is being inspected on a regular basis both by Columbia staff and representatives of the owner. They added that no evidence of additional leaks or mold had been identified in the unit. Parker said the property was in difficult shape when the Housing Authority purchased it. Since then, Parker said repairs have been done to bring things back up to standard, though he wouldn't call them renovations. We have done a lot of repairs and fixes to the units, but I wouldn't necessarily describe them as renovations, Parker said. It would be a tremendous loss to the public if we went in and did top-to-bottom renovation only to then bulldoze it in a couple years. Banks believes her apartment has caused various health problems for her and her family, which she documents in TikToks and Facebook Live videos. I don't know what it is. The only thing I know is it's been making me and my children sick, Banks said. Multiple gaps in the project's budget have meant a potential stall in construction and limbo for Banks. If the project cannot secure financing by January 2023, it could lose 9% of its tax credit allocation or an additional $21.9 million in project funding. Additionally, AHA would have to pay $50,000 to some residents who've been temporarily relocated during Phase 1 demolition to find permanent new housing, according to Parker. Athens Mayor and Commission held a special called session on Tuesday to discuss awarding the project $4 million in American Rescue Plan funds, which Parker said should cover the deficit. The motion passed unanimously, though Commissioner Jesse Houle expressed uncertainty about the project's future. We're still in just Phase 1. It seems unclear how we get through Phases 2, 3, 4, and 5 when there's no more money really on our end to put toward it, project, Houle said during the meeting. Some affordable units, some not so affordable. AHA has previously completed similar affordable housing projects in the Athens area like Columbia Brookside. Columbia